She's not rejecting sex, she's rejecting you as a man. Most guys don't get it. It's not shyness. It's not that women are complicated. Here's the truth. Asking for sex makes you invisible. Women don't reject intimacy. They reject men who fail to create desire. You'll learn how to use your masculine presence to make her take the next step. And, most importantly, how to stop looking needy and start inspiring genuine desire. Remember, if you keep asking for sex like a child asking for candy, you will never experience what it's like when a woman truly wants you.
The 6 pillars of igniting female desire.
1. She won't want sex with a weak man. This may sting, but it's the truth. A woman isn't rejecting intimacy, she's rejecting the energy behind the offer. If that energy carries neediness, insecurity, or self-doubt, she shuts down instantly. It's not that she dislikes sex or isn't ready. It's that she cannot feel attraction toward a man who acts like he doesn't believe he deserves her. Here's where most men trip up. They think that being nice, polite, or overly respectful is the key to making a woman fall in love. What they don't realize is that only builds friendship, sympathy, or trust, but not desire. A woman's attraction is tied to a man's strength, not brute force or aggression, but direction, clarity, and the confidence of a man who knows what he wants and doesn't need anyone's permission to go after it. Women don't fantasize about the guy who nervously asks, "Can I kiss you?" They dream about the man who walks up with steady eye contact, grounded presence, and makes her feel it without a single word. But here's the thing, you can't fake that. It has to be real. If you doubt yourself, fear rejection, or secretly feel less than, your body will give it away. Your eyes will show it. Even if your words are perfect, she'll sense the lack of power behind them. And when that happens, she mentally files you under nice guy, but not exciting. The classic scenario. A man takes a woman out several times, pays for everything, treats her with perfect manners, and never rushes anything. She smiles, everything seems fine, but every time he makes a move, she says she's not ready yet. He thinks, okay, I'll respect her pace. Meanwhile, she's thinking, I don't feel anything, there's no spark. He's sweet, but I'm not attracted. Then she disappears, or worse, starts seeing another man who wasn't so polite, but was direct and unapologetic. That man didn't ask for permission. He had an energy she felt, not analyzed. Is it painful? Yes. Is it fair? This isn't about fairness, it's human nature. Weak, approval-seeking energy doesn't inspire desire. So what's the move? Stop chasing approval. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Connect to your own desire without shame. Stoicism doesn't mean suppressing emotions. It means mastering them, holding them steady without hiding your intent. Because a man who can own his desire without depending on her reaction becomes magnetic, and she notices. A man attracts a woman not by what he says, but by how he moves, how he walks into a room, how he looks at her without apologizing for wanting her. That kind of man isn't weak, and that's exactly why she wants to be with him. 2. Stop asking for permission. Lead or lose. Here's a harsh truth nobody tells you. When you ask for permission, you lose power. And when you lose power, you lose attraction. We're not saying you should be rude, forceful, or disrespectful. What a woman wants is to feel that you know what you're doing, not that you're waiting for her to guide you step by step like a child. When a man asks, "Can I kiss you? Do you want a hug? Is it okay if we sleep together?" She doesn't hear respect, she hears doubt, insecurity, and lack of leadership. And that kills desire in seconds. Why? Because female desire is reactive. She responds to the energy you give off. If you show doubt, she reacts with coldness. If you show confidence, she responds with desire, even without words. This is where Stoicism matters. A Stoic man doesn't ask permission to lead, he just does it, calmly, confidently, and with presence. If she objects, she'll say so, and he won't crumble. But most of the time, she actually wants it. She's just waiting for you to have the courage to make the move. Classic example. You're with a woman at your place. The vibe is flowing. She's laughing, looking at you, moving closer. You want her, but instead of acting decisively, you ask, "Can I kiss you?" She frowns, smiles awkwardly, and says, "Not yet." What happened? The moment died. She was ready, but you made her doubt because you doubted first. Now imagine the opposite. You stay present, look at her, and move in without a word. She feels the energy, the tension, the moment. Your leadership isn't verbal, it's physical, and that's irresistible to her. Stopping asking for permission isn't being aggressive. It's trusting your own energy so deeply that you know when she's receptive without her needing to say anything. That's how a man leads, and that's how she chooses to follow. 3. Female desire is silent, not logical. Many men struggle with women because they believe desire works like a formula. If they're good, attentive, patient, and caring, she'll eventually want to be with them. But desire doesn't work that way. It's not logical, it's emotional and silent. She might say she wants a respectful, stable, sensitive man, yet feel drawn to someone who fits none of those qualities. Why? Because what she says often doesn't match what she feels. If you take her words as a checklist, you'll keep losing. Female desire comes from the body, not the mind. It's born from energy, tension, and mystery. It's not something to debate, argue about, or solve with logic. This is where many men get stuck. I did everything right, so why didn't it work? She said she wasn't ready, but days later she was with someone else. I don't get what she wants. The truth is, you don't need to understand what she wants. You need to understand how desire works. She can tell you she likes you, respects you, thinks you're a great guy, and still feel no spark. Because you didn't ignite anything inside her. Because you were too available, too predictable, too by the book. Desire isn't logical, it's emotional. That means you can't force it or earn it with reasoning. You have to awaken it through presence, masculinity, mystery, and most importantly, the confidence that you don't need her approval to feel it. That's when she starts feeling it. 4. Your sexual energy speaks louder than words. A lot of men believe the key is saying the right thing, that if they have the perfect speech, the right lines, or smooth talk, she'll fall for them. But they miss a simple fact: your body speaks before your mouth does. If your sexual energy is off, she feels it. You can claim to be confident, masculine, experienced, but if your eyes shake, your body is tense, or your vibe screams, "I need validation," she doesn't hear your words. She hears your insecurity. Here's the hard truth. Many modern men have suppressed their sexual energy so much they no longer know how to express it with strength. They hide it, downplay it, cover it up with good behavior, then wonder why she doesn't respond, why there's no chemistry, why she only sees them as a friend. Wake up, brother. You're not here to hide your desire. You're here to learn how to channel it, control it, master it. That doesn't mean being aggressive or impulsive. It means feeling desire without being a slave to it. And that's what she senses. A woman immediately senses when you're in control of your energy and when you're desperate for attention. You don't have to say you desire her. She feels it in your eyes, your posture, your presence. But if that energy comes from anxiety, from neediness, or from hoping she'll choose me, she shuts down. That's why Stoicism matters. A Stoic man isn't cold, he's strong. He's not passive, he's grounded. He knows who he is, what he wants, and doesn't have to shout it to get noticed. Your sexual energy is part of your masculine power. If you suppress it, you lose presence. If you let it run wild, you lose respect. But if you control it, she feels it and desires it. Now isn't the time to hide your desire. It's time to master it. 5. The man who doesn't react excites her. Here's the truth. You're too reactive, and that makes you come off as weak and desperate. Most men today respond emotionally to everything a woman does. If she doesn't reply to a message, they get anxious. If she posts something, they analyze whether it's about them. If she seems uninterested, they get offended or chase her harder. brother, if every little thing she does affects you, you're not in control. She is, and that kills her desire. Because for real attraction, a woman needs to feel she's with an emotionally stable man. A man who doesn't crumble over a cold response, who doesn't seek approval in every glance, who doesn't need constant validation just to be himself. That man is rare today, and that's why he's valuable. The man who doesn't react impulsively, who stays centered, who doesn't force things, he becomes a challenge. And that, though she may never say it, excites her, because it shows he's not trying to please her. He's simply living in his own power. If she wants to join, great. If not, that's fine too. This creates tension, mystery, and awakens a woman's deepest desire. Who is this man who needs nothing from me to feel whole? Here's the hard truth. Many men haven't built themselves up inside. They lack purpose, vision, and emotional strength. That's why they react to everything. That's why they constantly seek female approval and become transparent. She can sense your emotions from a mile away. She smells your neediness. And even if she never says it, she loses respect and loses attraction. A Stoic man isn't cold, but he's not weak either. He feels deeply, but doesn't let his emotions control him. He observes, but doesn't act on impulse. He's so focused on his path that he doesn't need her signals to keep moving forward. That's when she starts feeling attracted, not because he's chasing her, but because she senses she can't control him. And that's absolutely irresistible to a woman. So if you find yourself reacting to every little gesture, every message, every silence, stop right now. Your value isn't determined by how she responds. Your value is shown by how you respond to yourself. A valuable man doesn't bend to a woman's emotional ups and downs. He isn't dragged down by them. She ignored me, gave a short reply, left me on read. He stays steady, grounded, and focused on building his life. If she wants to be part of it, great. If not, that's fine too. But here's the real power move. When you stop reacting, she starts reacting. When you stop revolving around her world, she begins revolving around yours. Because you're no longer stuck in how do I make her happy mode, you're in does this add to my life or not mode. And that drives her wild. The cold man pushes her away. The emotionally reactive man wears her out, but the grounded man sparks her desire. Why? Because she can't control him, can't fully read him, can't manipulate him like she does others, and that pulls her out of her comfort zone straight into desire. When you don't react like everyone else, she wonders, why doesn't this man need my attention? Why doesn't he chase me if I don't respond? What's different about him that makes him so calm while I play games with others? And at that moment, she stops playing and starts pursuing, because she sees you as a real man, not just another needy guy. So, if you want to be desired, don't shout about your value, live it. Don't react. Watch. Act when you decide. Calm, centered, and in control. That kind of energy is rare, and when a woman senses it, she won't want to let go.
6. Let her make the first move. The secret.
This is one of the most powerful and least talked about truths about female desire. When a woman feels she's the one who made the decision, her desire intensifies. It doesn't mean you can't initiate or that you have to wait passively, but the psychological trick is to set the scene, not force the outcome. Most men make the mistake of pushing too hard, rushing things, saying stuff like, "When is something going to happen between us? I like you too much. I can't wait. Don't you want to spend the night with me?" And with those kinds of words, they kill the whole vibe, because there's no mystery, no tension, no real choice left. She feels like she has to decide, not that she wants to decide, and that's the key. A woman gets turned on when she feels like she's the one crossing the line, not when she's being pushed. So how do you make that happen? Through your presence, your body language, your eyes, your tone, your calmness. She needs to sense that contained sexual energy, desire you're not shouting, but that fills the room. The calmer you are, the less you say, the more comfortable you are with silence, the more uncomfortable it becomes for her not to make a move. And if she feels safe, if there's a connection, if you know how to build emotional tension without anxiety, she'll be the one to suggest it, but not with words. Sometimes she'll say things like, "Are you always this calm? Are you staying a little longer? With you, I feel weird, nervous." Translation: I'm feeling something and I'm opening the door. Here's a scene that happens more often than you think. You're at her place or yours, everything flows, you're close. You don't rush to touch her, you don't invade her space, you just stay calm, unhurried, speak softly. Your gaze is steady and relaxed. At some point, she falls silent, bites her lip, looks at you and says, "Are you always this confident?" Then she leans in a little closer. Boom, it's happened. You didn't say a word, you didn't ask, you provoked it. Because desire isn't always sparked by words, it's sparked by well-directed energy. When you create space without pressure or anxiety, she feels free to choose, and she chooses you. That's the secret, and very few men truly get it.
Sex isn't something you ask for, it's something you provoke.
Here's a truth most won't say out loud. If you have to ask a woman for sex, you've already lost. Yes, that blunt. Because if you need to convince her to be with you, it means she doesn't feel it naturally. And when desire doesn't come from her, what you get isn't intimacy, it's charity. I know this sounds harsh, and it might sting some, but it's exactly what you need to hear. Too many men waste time trying to make women like them, trying to please them, trying not to make them uncomfortable. And they forget the most important thing. You're not here to beg for desire, you're here to ignite it. Not with empty gimmicks or recycled internet lines, but with genuine presence, authentic masculine energy, self-mastery, and a life that fulfills you, with or without her. When you stop chasing and start attracting, everything shifts. A man's true power isn't in what he says. It's in how he walks into a room, how he looks at her, how he can hold silence without getting anxious, how he moves with purpose, and how he makes a woman wonder, who is this guy, and why do I want to follow him? If you're not there yet, that's okay. This channel is here to help you awaken, to train your mind, your energy, and your presence as a stoic man in a world full of lost guys. Because you're not here to blend in, you're here to lead. If what I shared today resonates with you, perfect. Drop a comment below. Share your story. Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever asked for permission and felt like you lost all your power? Have you been with a woman who only seemed to light up when you were calm and centered? Write it down, because I read every message, and yes, I'll respond. I want this to be more than just a channel. I want it to become a community of men tired of being invisible, weak, and easily manipulated. Men ready to build respect, magnetism, and power from within, without shouting or begging for it. If that's you, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and get ready to see the female world through new eyes. Because once you understand this, there's no going back. See you in the comments, brother.